Let's get this started. Let's get this started. And let's fix the final loop. There we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, the game is not on the list. Oh, of course, it's because of Fallout 76. Whoops. Well, this won't take long. There we go. And the quality should be better than last time. But we'll see, is it too much? If it is, I have to put it back down a bit again. If it's functioning, I can try to put it even higher next time. Because for some reason, this is the only game that have had issues. And there we go. We are right where we left off at this deadly puzzle.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem, 1 in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
So yeah, the painting sure does represent the birth of Christ. But it feels a bit off from the get-go. Why would there be this big of a clue right here? If this is supposed to be super secretive. And they don't seem to like match up. So maybe it's a trap of some sort. And since our mother failed and got her hand cut off, that's a bit good clue as it being something else as well. Let's see.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her.
That would be very costly. Yeah, I don't see a point of analyzing it, but this would be free, so...
You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more.
And again, free.
Why, of course. I-N-R-I. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus.
So where they're actually painting under this deciphering the crucifixion, and we should actually think about crucifixion, not the birth.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
So let's see. And there is Golgotha down there.
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, do I need to somehow look at dates? Okay, the cross is there.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Well, I'm almost sure it has to be something with the crucifixion.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Chapter 5,
No.
verse 2.
Now,
there is at Jerusalem,
I like this assumed that it would be go back, but no, it was read again.
In the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches.
What did that do? I opened the note.
In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise,
Can
take
I
up thy
skip
bed,
it?
and walk. And
No, there
immediately
is no way to
the
skip.
man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
But where do I put the nails in this? Oh. So I guess we need one in a city, one in a Roman numeral, and one in an Arabic numeral. Um, hmm. I don't have enough clues to even start guessing. Or can I just test out? So since both take place, I guess I would have to put all of that down. But what would that even... Thinking. So I bet there has to be some. Okay, there should be I'm betting that there is an obvious fake answer and then an actual answer. But can I see something with the choices from the get-go? That's a thing. Not really.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
We're both not giving a different place, which is not good. So let's just do something.
Chapter 24, verse 3. Jesus rose from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head. Chapter 24, verse 3. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee." Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the Cenacle in Jerusalem. Chapter 14, verse 22. And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it, and gave to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." And he took the cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
I'm starting to feel like I'm missing something. Like, what's the purpose?
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
I'm missing something. I must be missing something. Let's see. Yeah, like, would there be a new part in the puzzle when I put down the nails, which requires dates and this, because they're most likely phases of the moon? But how do I solve the first part? Is the question. Wait a minute. No, it's just a part of a texture. It was like I was. It looks like there are like a bit of an arrows in the innermost part of the circle, but they are just part of the texture, nothing else. And yeah, there's nothing else to say. So that there must be something I'm missing. And I've been through this room before, so I doubt it's something in the room. Do I just really need to try? So,
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side.
Like they have the same numbers at least. I'm going to try to put them down because I hope I can take them out. So Golgotha. 17. And there's the 19.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Oh, so it was this easy. But there is the second part. No, I'm not putting my hand in there yet.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. There must surely be a connection between the wheels. There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. Mother, what do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far. Nevertheless, these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
This wheel contains several symbols made up of one or two figures, and
So
when letter,
I guess
the highest
I
figure does not
could
exceed
possibly
31,
connect the
and
symbols to
each
the
letter
places.
corresponds to a month
But
of the
freaking dates
year.
and moons?
A
No!
for
I
April,
hate puzzles
and
like
M
this.
for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date. This wheel represents the different moons. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful. Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Oh no. Let's see. Two of the symbols are too close to each other even to... Or, wait a minute. But the only way that they can all heat up a place would be if those two would be there, and then both would be Jerusalem, and crucifixion would be Jordan. What? No, that can't be. There is something. Maybe they are not meant to be that obvious. And is that... That one is a T-cross, right? What is the one in the bottom? It's covered in blood. So I'm certain that the nails are now right, but because everything is like it is now, a mother just put her hand in there and it immediately got cut off. So the wheels are in wrong places. There's a thorn of the crown of thorns and the cross. Could they be fitted? No, they can't. It's something else. And like there's Jesus' face over there. I guess do I have to put my hand in there to turn them? I guess I have to. But how would the symbols make sense? Like all of them make sense. Because I'm more certain that it has to go with a town. And the only way that it would make sense if those would be theirs and then they would be hitting. But then the other symbols would be all over the place.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon. The moon shadow moves from west to east. 7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Wait. What could I connect? First, could it really be 1st of April? A really? Why would they be in English? Why would the months be in English? That's so weird. So let's look again. So let's take the 1st of April, which would be 14. Oh, it would be 13. Okay.
13th of Shaban, 607, waxing gibbous.
So if that would go that one. So let's what would be 8th of April. 6.
6th of Rajab, 611, waxing crescent.
Wait, huh? How could that? Now I'm a bit confused. So what would be 3J then? Wait, that doesn't exist. Wait, what? I mean, all the others have been there. Why isn't that one? Okay, let's look at 26 March then. So it's 7 Shaban.
Seventh of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Now I'm really confused. Because if that would be the first quarter, then how come the next one could be waning? I am really confused, man. And I haven't combined the symbols to anything yet, and not the dates to them. And I might, or could it be that they are not all going to connect? I'm just going to need to connect a certain one to certain one. That could be the case. Hmm. So let me think. If that one would go all the way up there, that one would be there. Let's see. Put it.
Sixth of Rajab, 611, waxing crescent.
Oh, these turn them. So I guess I can turn them now without the consequences. Ew. So let's try the one that I was starting to think. No, they won't connect. Wait a minute. That kind of looks like... Oh, could that be the clue? It's been damaged? Or is it... It can't be... Or is it when it's the blood? It's the blood, isn't it? But now the crown is at Kolkata. The birth goes between Jerusalem and Jordan, which is... But the current goes to Abu Ghosh. This might actually be it. Because this is the way that the most of the symbols make sense. Yeah. This way most of them make sense. But how do I connect the right date? That's the thing that I'm not certain about. How do I connect the date? I could connect the moon to the date, but how do I connect the date to an event? Since I don't have that knowledge, or do I?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The
Yeah, they were
Romans
here.
put a crown of thorns on his head.
So it was... Did I get that? It's correct. The crucifixion is in the correct date. I might have solved it by accident. I legit might have solved it by complete accident. So the moons and the dates are correct. And I guess the symbol has to be as well. I'm trusting this. I don't think I can do it any more better by overanalyzing it more. I'm trying it out. Be ready to clip when I scream when my hands get cut off.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Well, I guess this will just give me a second chance, but I'm going in.
I never doubted you, my son.
I did it. A big head. I freaking did it. Oh. I could have talked to someone, but maybe it's best that I didn't. Because most likely everyone is possessed by a demon at this point. But don't tell me that this is the end of the episode. This would have been a very short stream. But no, there is still one episode, so I'm continuing. Joke. Clock picking 2. But I'm guessing I'm going to need more logic and occultism. Let's see what books I have. 1 for logic and 1 for subterfuge. So I could leave it like that. I'm too tempted. That would be 2 skills, so I just have to do it. Yeah, that was the episode. I wonder how long of a distance was between these episodes. I should have actually checked. Because I can imagine that someone like did that correctly or wrong. But I'm certain that you can do it wrong, and I guess that you would lose an arm then. So would the episode just end and you'll be like without an arm? And the next episode start that your mother has done the puzzle or something? I'm guessing? Because this one ends, you're just opening the door, so... But at least you guys only had to wait a few days for this to be solved, and now just wait to credits to roll down until you can see what happens. But there could be months between the episodes. I can imagine the pain. But this is a good time for me to eat some ice cream. I really wanted some yesterday, but the stores were closed, so... I gone through the entire Easter without any chocolate. I got to the store today and saw that even the Easter chocolates were extremely overpriced, so I was like, screw it. This is an Easter without any chocolate. I'm going to get ice cream because has remained, the price has remained what it has been for ages now. But now that the game has been co-funded by the EU, makes it even more confusing now that the game is not all historic. There is demons and stuff. Oh wait, this was just the 3rd. So we have 2 more episodes to go. So yeah, I don't think I finished the game this week. I don't have one equipped anymore. First time I ran out of books. I've been trying to get all I can. Ah.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
And these recaps gets weirder and weirder. Crypt? This is starting to look like a full-on necropolis.
But where
Are we going to
they?
find the
I don't know,
skull
but
of the
we better
seventh
not hang
dragon?
around.
We have to find that weapon.
Weapon?
What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Oh,
I
that?
thought that
That's
that's
what we
in
come to find?
pieces.
The lance that a centurion stuck in the side of Christ at his crucifixion?
That's it.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
Yeah.
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis, I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not even...
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaget. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Do I... Yeah, I don't have a gun anymore. Yeah. This is a freaking war necropolis. No way this fits under the place. There's something more afoot here.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun.
Yeah, not going to happen, Goron. If that's iron, it shouldn't be it.
I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron, and its tip is engraved with a cross.
Not going to be that one either, then. Yeah, I don't have any notes about the lance itself. Unsurprising. Look at this place, it's enormous. I wonder how much an apartment here would cost. I would be very much interested. I can't open a coffin. This one I can? No, I can only read.
Flavius Aetius. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here? Flavius Aetius. I remember. He was the Roman general who defeated Attila and his hordes in the terrible battle of the Catalonian plains. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here? Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You can tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old.
So I can't open. Just a minute. It continues on and on. There are coffins everywhere. Yeah, I would really want a real estate here. Like, that one in the distance looks nice. That one is not that bad either. Why so dramatic?
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
This is the most likely to be right so far. Material, type, and symbol. Makes sense. Did I find my new home? Can I go and see?
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
This is meant to be the least likely.
I can see this lance has a spear shape. It is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Now there's two possibilities. Yes, it depends on the stories that were the spear a military use or not, and where it uses a relic afterwards or not. So
This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
again, so there's three likely selections so far.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here.
Let's try it first.
It's far too heavy.
Fuck.
I'm not going to be able to do it on my own.
Wait, it's open now. What the hell? This must be a bug.
The
Yeah, that was a
sarcophagus
bug.
of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription.
I'm going to come back. If I need to use my points to open it, I will. I haven't been to that place yet. And sadly, it appears I can't go up there and check on a possible prime real estate. Can't go down there either. There's three choices that are potential. But I have my doubts that would the actual thing
The
being kept
sarcophagus
here.
has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. These symbols, these grooves, cuneiform script. This is humanity's oldest alphabet, the language of Babel. Sadly, no one today even knows how to decipher it. There's also some text engraved beneath in ancient Greek, Sargon. Is this the tomb of a king? Judging by all the sculpted symbols of power, this is really ancient. The inscriptions are all eroded. I don't know what those marks mean, but maybe a stone or epitaph.
But there's one here.
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
I have very much doubts about gold. Okay, if I'm going to do a mistake, I want to do it. But it's like I'm missing some clues. This one is like a bit too on the nose. Or was it this one that's a bit too intricate? And this one looks like it's still covered in blood. Which makes sense and doesn't make sense at all. And them to be engraved with the symbol from the get-go
The sarcophagus of Lord
wouldn't
Mortimer.
make any sense, but them being engraved on the symbol later on makes a lot of sense.
Let's see what we can find here. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here.
Yeah, there were no tools anywhere, so this will be our most expensive action yet, but here...
Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside.
So, Amber...
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to
I
bear
don't
the
want to
Mortimer
listen to
family
this
name.
for the umpteenth time.
Ancestor
I
can
want
it
to
be?
know what was
There's no
inside.
inscription. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside.
So it was Amber. Ugh. And jelly. Let's take one jelly. Yeah, there was this one as well.
I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip.
This one has been calling to me. And there is this over-dramatic camera drive as well.
Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip.
I don't get why it's copper rimmed.
There's several spearheads. I need to find clues to pick the right one. Piaggi knows something about it for sure.
Oh. So I legit need to go talk to him before I can make my choice. Why do you let me in here even then? I thought I'm allowed to risk it. I wonder where Piaggi could be then. Wouldn't they be super suspicious? They are most likely taken over by demon. Like if we start asking them something. And if they're like Washington, they are not able to do anything. No. It just teleports me without asking. I wish this game had out like freaking some sort of quick travel system. I wouldn't go beyond movement points that many times. But people on the stream, have there been lag? And the quality is at least more than last time. Could I dare to even up it more for the next time? Since I haven't seen any notification of overload on OBS. Since this game is too much for the OBS to handle for some reason. I could go to the Mortimer study, but I doubt that will help, because it's a painting about a lost relic. Not like it's going to be accurate.
I have no space left. I'll
I'll retrieve it later.
Do I always go the wrong way? Oh, that's good. So I can try to up it even more next time, since I now know how to force the quality drop.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Are you normal now? Is it to Piaggi? But I have no choice. It's not be direct.
Hard to kill time on this island. Nothing ever happens. Gets a bit boring, don't you think?
Are you joking, my friend? I'm sure you're just being ironic.
Yes and no. It's true that the manor is full of books and works of art. Unfortunately, the subjects are restricted to Lord Mortimer's specific tastes. The Crusades, religion...
Yes, that's true.
By the way, have you noticed the representations of the Holy Lance he's got all over the place?
No. It was the last thing in my mind, to be honest.
Oh, well that's a pity. I would have enjoyed chatting about it, as I would have done with my mother.
See you later.
What happened there? But yeah, I know that
A cache.
wouldn't even know anything about it. Not one more coin for the collection. Maybe the butler has another book.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
No, since I got them, they are gone. Well, I'm only missing this.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key,
What?
sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
What? That's the last straw. Lord Mortimer himself asked me to take the sea to join him here. I accepted out of kindness. The voyage was undertaken in conditions that I prefer not speak about.
I don't
And then
even
at
need
long
it,
last
but
I
I want
arrived
to do
and
it.
you refuse me a simple flask of Carmelite water?
No, sir.
Your name. Tell me your name.
Here, sir, your Carmelite water. Please accept my sincerest apologies. If sir requires anything else whatsoever, sir has only to ask.
Did I look at the item wrong? Oh, it's golden elixir. Well, screw it, I don't want to go to dialogue. And there's so many items everywhere anyway, so... like here! But, yeah, could they be in their room? It was... wait, where? Why can't I... why can't I see it? Why can't I see it on the map? Am I blind? I just have to go look for it? Since I can't remember that far. Well, we are going through these hallways again. Like, it's every stream. I could try to talk to other people as well. But not this room. Yeah, no one's here at the moment.
Sir Johann van Volnau.
No, I don't want to talk about that, to be honest. And maybe it's best to keep as low as profile as possible.
President George Washington. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Yeah, it's not on the map. No wonder.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
I've never seen him eat. But there is a cake in the room. No.
His Holiness Pope Pius VI by Pompeo Petoni. This should help Piaggio feel at home.
Yeah, I guess I haven't been in this room.
Torquemada. Quite the contrast. Wow. The fanatical priest who created the Inquisition sends shivers down the spine.
Don't say the Inquisition. There is multiple Inquisitions. Well, there used to be.
Destruction of the Temple of Jerusalem by Francesco Hayez. The Roman destruction by Titus and his army. What violence! Satan summoning his legions. This is rather surprising for the decoration of a cardinal's room.
Yeah, very odd selection.
My dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Please thank Sir Gregory for his invitation to Lord Mortimer's. I'm convinced you'll be able to strengthen our agreements. Please tell Sir Gregory that his enterprise concerning our friend, Cardinal Bishop Chiaramonti, is following its course. I place my trust in you. May God bless you and give you protection. SS Giovanni Angelico Braschi.
Yeah, those are seals. I don't remember when I have seen like a seal maker that's actually freaking for two-handed use like those are. I only seen short ones. Those are the longest seal makers I have seen. That are meant to be that are meant to put so like in actual paperwork. I know larger ones, but they are not on paperwork. They are on like cases and like what do you call like when you want to seal something, not a document, but like well, for sealing bigger things, let's just say.
Venus and Cupid with a Satyr by Correggio. Innocence, indiscretion, and lechery. Giuseppe must love that. Love Triumphant by Caravaggio. Now there's someone for whom the sex of angels is no mystery.
Where did it go? Did I got a page? Read.
Amber crystals.
Ooh.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
The Lying Girl by Boucher. Here's a painting of mischievous eroticism. I wonder what Piaggio must think of this.
There is so many suddenly erotic paintings.
The Rape
This room.
of the Daughters of Leucippus by Rubens. Surprising choice for His Eminence Piaggi.
Like, I guess that I haven't been able to come to this room before is because this shows a clear sign of Mortimer legit trying to corrupt the others.
John the Baptist, Youth with a Ram by Caravaggio. A very sensual vision and very far from the usual representations of St. John.
I've seen everything in here. Let's try the back.
Let's have a look at his personal papers. Of course, it's in Latin, the language of the church.
Wait, what? But how much we have in linguistic? 2? But Latin should be the obvious thing to know from the get-go. Why it's so difficult?
All those hours of learning Latin declensions are going to pay off in the end. Mother will be proud. Now this could be interesting. Let's say a sancte, various representation criteria, of which are shown the most common throughout the centuries, and in different forms. If Piaggi's notes are anything to go by, the weapon I'm looking for is shaped like a tapered spear. And that should help me identify it.
Huh? It's a spear. But they all are like a spear. The leaf shape is a spear shape, and I am not happy at all. What about the material hints? There should be more. The moon acts very oddly.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
I hope I can find him somehow, because I want more hints if I have to go by them. Where could he then be? Because we were in the room where the dinner was served in, and he was not there. So, went past the point again.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Usually you can see the boxes, that they have something in it. Now we did get a page here, so... I went the wrong way. There were books over here, wasn't there? Where was it? Here it is. But yeah, I did open it. Yeah, since our quest is still to find Piaggi, I would assume that he is somewhere to be found. Where could he be stuffing his face then? So we did come through this way. Wait, he just popped in. Can I make him pop out again? No, I can't make him pop out again. Well, at least we have an extra hint, hopefully. Can I just push him in? I didn't know that he has been stealing relics.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you speak to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something about it.
That was a private conversation. How could I have known that he was listening to us?
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence,
Don't push it.
are you
Please
all
push
right?
me.
Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
Yeah,
What
we know
do
that
you
he's
want to know
possessed.
about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
Whoop.
His nose is bleeding.
So you
I was
are looking for
expecting
the
more.
Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
It goes to the bottom.
Your Eminence, you're worrying me. What is happening to you?
Nothing, Louis. Just a moment of weakness, but I'm better now. I am all ears. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
Well, I haven't, like, legit talked to anyone that I'm looking for it.
You are the first I've spoken to about it, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Are you quite sure of that?
I didn't say I was looking for it.
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
I guess I have to go clean.
Briefly with President Washington.
What does he know exactly?
Absolutely nothing. He advised me to speak to Mr. von Wollner.
Very well. Is that all?
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
Well,
Your Eminence, I regret. I am unable to answer. Please understand that it pains me, but if I answered you, I would risk putting you in danger.
Stop running around in circles and just tell me what you would use the lance for.
you're gonna die.
If I told you why I needed this lance, you would never believe it.
Trust me. You can tell me anything.
It's our only chance to vanquish the demons.
Oh, my dear God, Louis. You sound just like Sarah. Do you realize you are following the same path, step by step? Sarah also started by imagining things. She, too, spoke of demons, I am told. She could no longer speak to anyone, and saw a hidden monster in every guest, lurking in the shadows, ready to devour her. You must let us help you. Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
It's clear that he has been possessed, and now the enemy knows, but I don't see there to be any other way of doing that, so... Force speed. I'm so confused about it now. It makes sense that it would be something like it wasn't meant to be the weapon that pierced the Lord, but just a
Atrus, the Miller
thing
brothers
that a god
expressly
used.
forbade me from reading it.
Maybe I should have a look at the painting. Right here? Wait. Read?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
No, I can't enter. Shit. Wait,
Christ Crucified by Velasquez.
I forgot that about that
Someone's
reserve.
left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
There haven't been any other places I could look at texts. So... So I just have to ignore everything about what it would historically be and go with the clues that the game gives. And well, some other things haven't been correct with the real religion and mythology anyway, so... And I guess that would be a bit too easy. If it would be for some, they would just directly go and connect the dots right off the bat without having the in-game character knowing anything. But I'm still
The
going to
Bible
look
must
at
mean
it.
the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance. What is this telling me?
But any metal can be made shiny. And I do mean any. Wait, did I ever even go all the way there? Now I'm starting to doubt.
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. He was basically an anti-pope. His path to the throne was pretty turbulent, and he had to be enthroned several times. The result of a long conflict between the papacy and the Holy Empire. Clemens III. Clément III in French. How come his tomb ended up here and not in the Vatican? That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. The stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Do we know that Mortimer has been stealing a lot of things? So why not Graves?
I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper-rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra.
Eye of Ra is a very rare symbol. It's almost always an Eye of Horus.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
Is it meant for us? Yeah, shiny metal or the shape of a boar spear. I'm so agitated by this puzzle. I shouldn't be, but I am. The first one went so freaking well. Like a bit too well.
We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Now the new knowledge. That makes sense. But shape of a boar spear. Well, like there was that one, wasn't there? Wasn't it the symbol? Or was it the actual spear? The spear itself? Was it this one?
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Was it this one?
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
Yeah, why Eye of Ra? If that's freaking it, actually. I can't recall seeing any other that were said to be shape of a boar spear. And that's not the shape of a boar spear. Like, spears you throw at the freaking boars are cheaply made. They are tools, not weapons. It's not that one either, then not this one. I'm going to have to go through the ones that have the spear shape. If any others say that they have a boar spear shape as well. I can't recall. But I believe it would have been a leaf shape that's made from copper, and the engravement would have been put there later on.
I can see that this lance has the characteristic shape of a spear. It is made of iron, and its tip is engraved with a cross.
A fragment of amber.
How did I notice that fragment of amber before? It was shape of a spear. Or could Biaggi be actually lying to me? It notes say it's a spear though. And this isn't it. Could it legit be that Biaggi is lying? But that confo... why would you be forced to go through that speech if he would just lie? Maybe if we failed, he wouldn't have said anything. And that would have left us with notes that is spear shape. And the boar spear is just more details. It has freaking Eye of Ra. It's so confusing. But in a way it makes sense that it would have a symbol put to it that existed when the spear was made, and the Romans would have never put a symbol of the freaking fish or a cross to one of their spears. But some could have been Egyptian auxiliary, or they could have like some beliefs or fascinations about them.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip. There's no room for error. Am I sure this is the one to take?
Screw it. I'm taking it. News. What news? And hello. I'm not going to read that name. Oh, it has mutated. How it has mutated that fast? Like that's a bit odd. Where did you read about it? Like it's a bit too, on the nose. Hmm. Yeah, but it's a bit odd. So I could have gotten more clues. So could have the painting actually helped me? Wait, I didn't find all the copies? Oh shit. Oh no. There were some I didn't notice. No, I'm almost certain that. Yeah, I'm almost certain that I'm in trouble now. Oh, sorry, I got an achievement I want to look at.
I'm already pressed for time as
It was just for the
Mother's waiting
quest.
for me on the wharf.
I have nothing to equip. I want more books. Why haven't there been any books for ages? Which one is it? Wrong button. 4. I haven't changed the rules, Alex, so no links in the stream.
What's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this
But
way just
you
to
know other
complain.
places
So
where you
close to
can
the
put
goal.
it, and I can
What are
find
you
it from.
talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised
Yes,
Piaget
it is
and Bonner
Napoleon.
talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
He's a soldier, so
I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
now I'm going to allow myself to look for my part. So yeah. So it's conviction and politics. When did I learn that he was immune to conviction?
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I might have disappointed you on the negotiation of your precious cannons, but Lord Mortimer believes I can still be useful. I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
What would a rare object be? Huh? Model? What's even that? I'm giving an object. Yeah, there's so many elixirs everywhere, so...
Alright, you win. Here. This is what I stole from Lord Mortimer. Sorry if it might
You
have...
must really take me for a fool. These things are everywhere in the manor. I know perfectly well that is not what you are hiding. You leave me no choice. Come with me. Mais qu'est-ce... What is this?
I'm forced. Could I have hit myself? And that was a slap, not a hit. What? just going to stand there? What the hell was that? That was pitiful. No, I didn't see him thrown on the ground. I just saw him slap, and that's it. Did I even lose? Yeah, I didn't lose anything. Wait, I can't. I can't go this way? Really? Really? I don't have the game.
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Can't I just...
Excuse me, monsieur. Lord Mortimer is asking for you.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice.
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat.
What's wrong, my lord?
Please say that I
tell me,
completed one.
What's with all the bodyguards?
Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in the search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
I'm very confused that he's just discreet, so he's going to try to possess me somehow, isn't he?
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are, because a large number of our kind remain hidden, or never reveal themselves even to us.
I don't know. Like, usually I can just go on and say every choice, but I guess I shouldn't say this one.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
I want conflict.
And how is it you help men exactly?
Let's just say that without us, man would probably never have left his cave. Fire, the wheel, tools, writing. We are the spark that inspires man to search, to grow, to evolve.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural.
And in my view, the
Just
Jedi
because
are
the
evil.
monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that, don't worry.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together, until I revealed my true nature to her.
The old book was Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
I'm starting to think, how can there be an episode after this one? And this is the second task in this episode. I just wonder how crazy the next episode will be.
How would you qualify your species scientifically?
I don't know is half demons
What
a
is
thing,
your
but
area
the
of
Mortimer is demon. For certain. Physics or biology? I might be able to get them for free, both. No, they don't look alike.
I would say biology.
So, I would class demons along with parasites.
The comparison's not very flattering. You live inside a host and you feed on that host. Do you not?
A large number of parasites are essential to the survival of their bearer, you know. We do indeed choose a host, we enter inside them, and we evolve with them. But if you prefer a more philosophical approach, or a more poetical one, consider us as an idea. We are an idea that penetrates the human spirit, but in
Takes
fact
them
in no way
over.
are we a danger for our hosts. Quite the contrary, we strengthen them.
No, you take them over. You said that your parasite taking over them. Oh, I can't go in the other states. I don't think I should ask any of the others. Or maybe...
Why should I trust you?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
trust,
asking
not
you
belief.
to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you.
What was going on with the hair?
So, von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right.
If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
No.
I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered.
How many times is this going to happen?
Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
No, it's not the spear. I guess that would be done through Washington already. can't be the spear. I'm just
I
gonna say.
really have no idea.
Come on, Louis, make an effort. What do you think could be the reason? Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without
No,
knowing why?
it cannot be.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders
It's not
unconsciously.
My mother
true.
can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Like,
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many.
I know
significant
that the
events
Mortimer
since
son
your
was
arrival.
stolen by Sarah, but
To tell you the truth, I don't get much time to ask myself those questions.
Quite right.
didn't we
Best
find
not
out some
react
information
too
where they were
suddenly.
sent?
Take some time to think about it all. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You
No,
hold
don't
immense
probe our
power.
mind.
It's already there, inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should
Resist.
relax.
Open your mind.
Resist.
Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing.
Could be just an
Trust
influence
yourself.
of corruption.
It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream.
I'm expecting some
words are
interaction.
clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
But I'd be violating their minds, wouldn't I?
No, nothing of the sort. You won't really be penetrating their psyches. Let's just say you'll be picking up residual signals emitted by their thoughts. It isn't intrusive at all, rest assured. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourselves will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy. and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you
There
finish.
are more lies in here. Do we really have a new skill? No! No! Read their mind. I would, because if he's honest, he would just say, "Good, you know how to use your skill now," and wouldn't get angry. But since I only have 3 points in it,
You're right. I need to go now.
I'm not going to save Dad.
See you later, Lord Mortimer.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
And this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. I haven't really been gone through this, so let's look at it. Yeah, I'm not liking how things turned out. I have an urge to kill everyone. I have the spear, and so poke, 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 poke. And then we find out that's the wrong spear. And it won't do anything. I haven't been able to study this path before, so I want to look around. I would have expected a coin, at least. Wait. She's there. I bet.
Oh no! No, Mother!
Louis, it was an accident, I'm sorry. I didn't have a choice. She attacked me. I didn't want to hurt her.
You are lying, aren't you?
What happened?
I was on the wharf. It was dark. She seemed to be
Dark,
prepared
there are
to
light
depart.
everywhere.
I moved closer. I wanted us to talk, but as soon as she saw me, she threatened me. I wanted her to explain to me in her own words what had happened to Emma. I had to know what happened, Louis. You understand that, don't you? Is it really for him that you left me, Emily? That's pathetic. Look, he still doesn't get it, for crying out loud.
Emma? Oh, the bitch.
He's a bit rash.
Bitch.
What? Louis, what's wrong with you?
No, you are not Emily.
Ah, that. It took you long enough to figure it out, though. Oh, I felt sorry for you when I saw you couldn't even recognize her, Louis. What do you
Fucking
expect?
hell.
It
I
wasn't
got
my
it
fault.
wrong.
Was it perhaps that night we spent together after the conference that persuaded you that I was worth more than her?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you
switched.
still don't get it. The night of the conference?
For
It
fuck's
wasn't poor
sake.
Emily who paid you a little visit in your room. Oh, she was much too busy with Monsieur Bonaparte.
No, that's not true.
It was me, of course. I assure you, you got something a whole lot better. And when I think she wasn't even armed when I arrived. Right. Take a moment to think and meet me at the manor later.
You're crazy.
Now, Louis, don't push it. I understand your grief, but I won't put up with that sort of talk from you or anybody.
Not going to read her mind again because it's clear.
But you've lost your mind.
That's enough. That's not how you talk to a lady.
I can't just let her go, but instead I'm strangling them. I haven't been at all aggressive. What does the chat say? It is being so anticlimactic. Suggestions? Like, I shouldn't let her go, but straight up killing her. Anyone? Anyone at all? How do I... If I go and just kill her, like, we would... Like, the case would be closed. But if I let her go, where would she go? Do I even have a chance to make her face justice? But if and on the other hand, if I kill her, I doubt there is any way I can find out what the fuck happened. I have to let her go.
I'd like to be alone, madam.
That's all right. I'd rather that too. See you later, Louis.
What's going on here? If I knew that was the response, I would have just killed her. Wait, what? If I would have skipped, I could have arrived sooner. And what do you mean I did not find? I'm so confused. Everything has... Like, everything, absolutely everything has gone haywire. Ooh. Manipulation, conviction, occultism. Manipulation and conviction. So I would get these. Yeah, I'm not getting conviction. It's just not going to happen. I would want to have everything at level 2. So if I get ability from somewhere, I have everything at level 2. Demon New Blood. I have no more books. Unworthy son.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, What a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
It's
Frankly,
definitely a curse.
I feel like I'm cursed. I hope I'll be able to control this new skill, otherwise my life will be hell. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn.
No.
It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
What if I don't? Which one? 2.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
What if I leave? I don't feel like answering the door at all.
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Everything's been for nothing. Absolutely everything. Now I see why there is a final episode. A game haven't pulled out the rug this bad in ages. I can't recall when
I have no space left.
it has
I'll
been the
retrieve
last
it
time.
later.
Screw it, let's open the door.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably
So
didn't go
how
into
the
any
hell
detail about our family.
I,
so if
you
have
look
any
like that of
questions,
an
don't
ass
hesitate to ask.
if those two are brothers. Here, let's read mine! Definitely not.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
I'm surprised.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They
Oh,
created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
I don't know anything anymore. Like everything, absolutely everything has turned on its head. And actual democracy is a good thing, but there are next to no places where that actually happens. So, and now I'm forced to use the word father.
Well, if our goal is to direct the future of humanity, it'd work out easier through a monarchic system rather than a democracy.
I see you're a quick learner. From now on, you know the fence that separates William from the rest of the family. If only he would stop steering the destinies of certain countries like France or the United States of America in such a dangerous direction. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Jesus. I think this would be a good time to stop. I know that there are people who want to watch longer, and I would want to continue longer, but with the recent news and everything, I think that this will be the best time to stop. So. That, and then let's see if I get this to work. Wait, why does it say? Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in this service now. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the results are very disappointing at me. Or is the counter not working? it is working. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm very disappointed how people act. And yeah, I see that people are ready and doing. So let's see if this works. I press it once and nothing seems to happen. Let me guess, if I press it twice, it's not to happen. No, still not happening. Why? There we go. Now it's going. Raiding Ocean. But quickly before I press the red button, I will continue on Thursday. It might be cancelled if things happen, or it might be a bit quiet one as usual. But there will be a Jackbox on the Friday, so there are things to expect anyway. I doubt there will be anything special on the weekend from my part, so expect me to stream if the Thursday won't happen for some reason, again on Tuesday as normal. I don't think this game will be continuing for that many streams anymore. But thanks a lot for joining, and see you next time. Bye bye.